Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel for another Magic the Gathering update. So today we're going to be designing another frame. If you're not familiar, this is going to be the third one overall, like fifth or sixth video. I think the very first project is sitting right behind me, and that's going to be the largest one, which is a really cool custom Doctor Who frame. Still have to finish that, but I've just been working with a lot of the materials that I have, or if specific sellers that I typically go through have what I want in stock for a future project. I've been doing that. So I started with Doctor Who first. We did Lord of the Rings, which is hanging up above the Lego beachfront, and then up top I started the Transformers one, and then that looks pretty cool. I can't wait to get the Godzilla cards, and then there's actually another one coming. So today we're going to be adding 20 more cards to a brand new Lord of the Rings frame. Originally I was going to do like just a huge Lord of the Rings display, like just 40 cards, or I think the one I was looking at was like 56 cards. However, space constraints, I decided to, instead of having like extra Lego space over there, I'm actually doing a huge Transformers wall. So I needed the space to do some Transformers things up there, because there's a lot of them up there by now. I also just got like the Decepticon 4-pack, so that's pretty cool. Whereas Lord of the Rings is kind of confined over here with the action figures somewhere else. So I'm going to end up just taking down some of the other Magic the Gathering, like the box arts and stuff, and I'm going to be replacing it with another Lord of the Rings frame. Now, this one, just like the previous projects, have 20 cards, not 25, since I learned to count apparently since then. And some of them I handpicked for this and will be staying. A lot of them I've actually just, every time I go to Target, if they have a Lord of the Rings pack, I just grab it. I know it's a lot cheaper and easier to just go out and buy them nowadays. Like, literally, you can probably get this for like $2, maybe $1.50, maybe not even that much, maybe even $1. So, you know, but it's still the thrill of it. You know, you like going out, you like picking these things up, and it's like, oh wow, I got this one, even though I could have ordered it just as easy. So there is some of like that little bit of excitement there. After this, the next project that I wanted to talk about, I just got my very first secret layer drop for the Jurassic World and Jurassic Park series. So I'm going to be doing a smaller frame for Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, 6 secret rares, and then obviously I would like to get some of the like Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sets that came out with the Akora. I think that's the name of the wave. Honestly, I haven't kept up with a lot of it. I'm just kind of collect the Universe Beyonds. Also, if you're a fan of the Fallout series or Magic the Gathering, Universes Beyond, anything like that, Fallout is also coming very soon. I believe that's early next year, but you can start the pre-orders now, so if you're interested in that, definitely get a move on, because I think those are going to be pretty cool. I'm not a huge Fallout fan, but I will be collecting at least some of the power armors, I think. That'll be my thing. So, yeah, for this set, there's not too much, like, there's no real theme here. I'm going to try and put them in an order that actually makes sense, but as always, I will show off the cards first. Gimli has been my lucky streak. Every time I get a pack of cards, I get a cool Gimli, so once I actually take that one apart and I start making themes with all of these, it'll be a lot different. But for now, you're going to see a couple different, like, Gimlis and maybe Legolas between the two. They're just luck of the draw. If it's a cool card, it's going in. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the 20 cards we'll be adding today, guys. Alright, the very first card up is going to be the Mithril coat that Frodo wears. And also, I did forget to say, when you see a lot of like the really different art, like that scroll blackish background, or any of the foils, I did manage to find like the collector's art box. What is it actually called? I honestly forget what those things. Oh, the collector booster. I'm trying to look at it on the wall. So that came with a lot of like alternative art cards and foils. So any of the really interesting ones probably came from that box. It is an expensive one, like, but it's pretty cool. I did want the art anyways. And then here we have one of the very first, I should say one of the 2 Gimli cards in this one. The other one was in a previous frame. This has that exclusive, like, Lord of the Rings, or, yeah, Lord of the Rings, the One Ring in Elvish going around the outside. Very, very cool. I would love to do a display of all of these, but I don't like some of them as much as, like, the full arts, so it's tough. For now, though, he will be staying in this lineup for sure. He's very cool. He also did come from that collector booster. Here we have one of the only actual land cards that I have so far, and that is going to be the Shire, of course, which is obviously an essential for any Lord of the Rings display. Then we have Strider, Ranger of the North. I do have Aragorn in full art on the first frame, and I figured, you know what, I pulled a common Strider here, I might as well have them both. Then we have a, so, this is one of those that, like, yeah, I got it. It's a cool card for the Elf Scout here, but I'm probably not going to be keeping this one in. Yes, the Nimrodel Watcher is very cool, but this one will most likely be replaced, but I do like that it's foil and it came from that collector's box. Here we have Ramas Ekor, the Ancient Shield. Again, probably won't be staying, but I do love this land art. I think it's awesome, or not land art, but the legendary artifact at that point. With the full art card, I think that's definitely a pretty cool addition for now. And then this is the other Gimli I was talking about, the Mournful Avenger. Very cool full art card. I absolutely love it. Then Sauron of Many Colors, of course, another essential card. And then one that I wish I would have had around the first time, Frodo, Sauron's Bane. As I knock all these over. One that I did specially order for this project to get it started was Boromir, Watcher of the Tower, one of my absolute favorite Lord of the Rings characters, and a very sad one, of course. Very cool full art card. Going to go really, really well with Aragorn once they're next to each other. Then, what I intended to do last time, but I just didn't have the space for, Celeborn the Wise. Of course, another very cool elf card added to the display. Then, probably the creepiest one in any of them, as I knock them down, because of course I did. We have Shelob Child. You know what? this is about as well as my week has gone. Shelob the Giant Spider, of course. Very, very creepy card. I love the art. That looks just absolutely fantastic. Then, a card that I was incredibly happy when I actually pulled by random out of a little like $5 pack from Target. We have the Nazgul. You don't see the Nazgul cards very often, and the Witch King is certainly one that I'm very specifically after, but he is considerably rarer than the average card in this, and some of them are also very expensive. So he'll be added eventually, just not the second unless I get pretty lucky with him. Then we have another full art card here. We have Legolas the Master Archer. Ended up pulling him and Gimli from the same order. Very, very cool. Like them both. Then we have Arwen. I did grab her out of the collector booster as well, so you have that foil card. Definitely a very cool one there. Then we have Elrond, the Master of Healing. The very first Elrond on the first project that I got just happened to be like 80 cents or something to add on to my order, so that's why I grabbed that one. However, this is a very, very cool card, and I did want to, of course, include that in this. And then we do have Gorbag of Minas Morgul. Just another legendary orc. I try to at least get some of the villains in here, because I do like a lot of the villainous art that they did for this arc. They just didn't do enough of it, in my opinion. And then, of course, the main man himself, Sauron the Dark Lord. Now, this is not my favorite of the crew. The art style is fantastic, and I will include more than one Sauron, of course. So this is going to be staying, but however, I think it's literally just called Sauron, the Lord of the Rings, and it's like him holding his sword, and it's fantastic. You can see like that really cool scroll background. I just absolutely love this one. And then another random pull was the Grey Havens. I always want to call it the Grey Havens. Very beautiful art, very simplistic. I really, really like that art style that they chose for this. Like, it's almost like pastel colors. It's very beautiful. Pulled that by random on my very first pack ever. I just didn't have room on the first portion, and I like this style, but as I get characters that I really, really like, or I maybe march out a theme here, I'm not sure if this one will be staying. And then the very last one, another one I didn't have room for last time. We do have, of course, Fangorn here, the Tree Shepherd. I'm surprised they didn't do Treebeard. Unless I missed it along the way. I don't think they did Treebeard in terms of the Ents, but it is nice to have an Ent here. Again, full art, it's awesome. They're going to look amazing in this frame. And then, yes, the box holding it up today is actually the Secret Layers box from Jurassic Park in that amazing Explorer color. So, without further ado, guys, I'm going to take all of these placeholder cards that are in here from the manufacturer, get those out, place these cards in, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, so here's the final look. Of course, I had to do Sauron up front, so I decided to make the top like the villain row. Sauron, Saruman, Nazgul, Shelob, and then you got Gorbag over here. Very much looks like a World of Warcraft character. You know what? Why has there never been World of Warcraft Magic the Gathering? I wonder if there has been and I just don't know. So, of course, right underneath we've got Frodo, Boromir, Gimli the full art, Strider, and then Gimli with the ring background. So I did try and put like my least favorite on the side, so when I switch them out or upgrade them, that they're easier to access for me. Then I've got Elrond, Arwen, Legolas, Celeborn, and the Grey Havens. Oh, see, look at that. I did it right this time. That is the Elvish row. And then at the bottom is just kind of like the leftovers. We've got the Shire, the Ent, Fangorn, Mithril Coat, Romas Akor, and then the Nimrodal Watcher. So yeah, I ended up just doing villains, heroes, and the Fellowship characters. I almost said Brotherhood for some apparent reason. And then elves, and then the leftovers. So yeah, I mean, I definitely do like it. I think I might like it a little bit more than the first one, honestly. I'm looking at it now, and oh no, that Sauron is pretty darn awesome. Frodo's obviously cool underneath too, but that is definitely a pretty cool frame. Obviously, I have a lot more characters that I want to do, but for now, this is going to be the next project. So thank you guys so much for joining me on another Magic the Gathering adventure. If you're interested, feel free to check out the rest of this playlist. Lego builds, tons of video games, anything like that. I do tons and tons of content, so feel free to check out the rest of the channel. Comment in the description any Lord of the Rings characters you'd like to see, any Universes Beyond series that you would like to see from Magic the Gathering in the future. Of course, like I said, we have Fallout coming. Final Fantasy, I believe, is coming sometime next year or 2025, and then Assassin's Creed next year, which I'll definitely be doing a display on as well. Look forward to more Lord of the Rings, Doctor Who, Transformers, Godzilla, a little bit of everything for Magic the Gathering coming soon, and I'll see you next time. Happy holidays, everybody, and stay safe out there.